Now Hywel Bennett stars in The Consultant, a suspense story set against a background of computer fraud. Part 3, Inheritance.
Doesn't it fascinate you that we're looking at millions of pounds?
It fascinates me, but it doesn't tempt me.
And you are here to look for bugs in my system. Inefficient programs, bottlenecks.
That's my brief from Alex Harrington.
And my brief from Alex Harrington is to give you every assistance.
Well, I naturally appreciate any help.
I'm buggered if I will.
It's a money machine, Mike. It's the biggest thing either of us will ever see.
It's a bloody bank. You're balmy.
We've done it before.
Not to a bank.
If we crack Waterman's, it's the jackpot. Many thanks. No, thank you for calling. All right. Which one of you buggers has just paid me $9 grand? What program?
The one you're running at the data centre.
I'm not running a program at the data centre.
He says your name's on it, and you've damn near wrecked the system before he killed the run. Is that the phrase? Killed?
Well, it's a phrase,
He says
sure.
you've erased half Waterman's programs.
That's a good trick, but it's impossible if I'm not running a program in the first place. Give them an evasive answer. Tell them to go screw themselves. Right.
I don't think that's what they want to hear, Chris.
Tell them what they already know. It is now Friday, late afternoon. I am about to start my weekend relaxation. Cheap red wine and racehorses that die in the last 2 furlongs. I shall be there 9 o'clock Monday morning, and we'll have all the explanations then.
What are you up to, Chris?
As it happens, nothing.
Christopher Webb?
Yes. Would you believe I've been waiting all morning for this call?
You have some explaining to do. I think you know what I mean.
I can guess.
Open plan officers have ears. How about over lunch?
Why not?
Do you know Chaser is in Charlotte Street?
Yes.
1 o'clock. Table's in my name.
Okay.
You really are a damn fool, Christopher.
Oh, yes, I know that. I just don't know why.
I hate ordering food. You have to come up with a combination of 3 dishes, right? which in terms of this menu means 1,280 possible combinations. I like food. I like pleasure. It's the planning I hate. What do you think?
I think I'll have the red mullet.
They should have a computer terminal. Tell them how hungry you are on a scale from 1 to 10. Tell them fish or meat. State of digestive system from cast iron to delicate. Hit the keys and there you are. Perfection. With an ulcer option for people like Alex Harrington. Boiled fish and cold milk. Have you ever tried computer dating?
Once. Asked for my money back. So did she.
But done properly, the implications could be fantastic. Satisfaction guaranteed, so to speak.
Why did you want to see me?
When is your report due in?
What report?
You have been placed in our midst by Alex Harrington to see whether anybody is dipping his hands in the till. True or false?
Pass.
And as part of your investigative procedure, you wipe out part of our basic program.
False.
Do you realize what happened on Friday?
I do now. A test run with my name on it ran wild. It destroyed a number of Waterman's programs. Your operator closed down the computers and the London Centre was out of action for 36 minutes. Manchester took over.
Right.
I also know that your emergency procedures worked perfectly and no data was lost.
The implications are horrifying.
I'll tell you what else I know. What I know now because I went and asked the operator. My program was changed.
Really?
I'd arranged a small test run. Somebody changed it. 2 instructions pulled out and 10 new ones put in. It was changed on me, Alloway. Turned from a small constructive program into a large destructive one. Just like that.
Suppose I believe you. Do you think Alex Harrington will buy a story like that?
Maybe, maybe not. It was cleverly done.
And why was it done?
God knows.
So, who did it?
I have a theory.
Who? Who?
I'd rather not say.
One of my staff?
Quite.
Are you being gallant?
As I said before, pass.
Thank you. We're not ready to order yet.
Too many combinations.
I think cooperation is called for.
Cooperation?
How is your personal bank account, Webb?
Healthier than it was.
Good.
And stop playing stupid games.
I prefer to see the other man's hand before I show mine, that's all. You know sod all.
I know somebody paid £9,000 into my account. Now I know who paid it. Thanks.
It's a fee. A consultancy fee.
Not a...
Services rendered.
I haven't rendered any services.
You will stop searching. Stop investigating. You will report to Alex Harrington that nothing is amiss. In short, you will stop crowding me.
£9,000 to do nothing?
Yes.
So how much are you taking out?
Pass.
But a lot of time and effort invested.
Over a year, and I'm not having it screwed up now.
Suppose I was to go and see Alex Harrington this afternoon. Blow the whistle on you.
Try it. There's a phone over there in the corner. Go ahead, make an appointment. I'll tell you what happens. You say to him, Martin Alloway is planning to defraud the bank. He says, how? You say, I've no idea, because you don't know, do you, Webb?
I've no idea.
Whereupon Alex telephones me. We're on first-name terms, remember?
Big deal.
It is.
He says, Martin, old chap, what's Webb rambling on about?
And I tell him what I know. That Webb tried a very cheeky program on Friday that broke our security rules and wiped out half our basic system, almost as if he was trying to destroy the evidence.
What evidence?
I'm sorry, Alex, I say. I don't know what evidence. But you might try a quiet word with Webb's bank manager. See if anything unusual has happened at that end.
It must be a record. Using a computer to frame a man and buy his silence at the same time. It has to be a first. Computerized blackmail.
Not a nice word.
I might chance it and see Harrington all the same.
Go ahead. The clincher is you were flat broke this time last week. Told you I was good.
A genius, Mr. Sondy says.
Well...
Supposing I was to say 9,000 isn't enough.
Of course it's enough. You were $3 grand in the red, now you're 6 in credit.
How do you know that? You nicked that from my desk.
We have no locks at Waterman's. Our security is foolproof. I found that lying on the floor in the office. I think it's yours.
You're very good. You really are very good.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, because I think it's a professional assessment. Right?
Pass.
But no more tricks. Right. Shall we order now?
I'll pay. I can afford it.
Yes, I was going to suggest that you pay.
So many options.
Sorry. You have no options at all.
Nobody else can help me. Only you. I want you to think very carefully. Consider. Martin Alloway is taking thousands of pounds from Waterman's bank. I'm the only person that knows what he's doing. But I don't know how he's doing it. Which stings my pride because, as we both know, I'm the best in the business. Webber's the champion, right? Right. Now, Alloway has bought my silence. Correction. He thinks he's bought my silence. I want you to think very carefully about my options. We spent the night together, and I've told you the story of my life with Waterman's. Now you must tell me what to do. Do I go along with Alloway in return for his £9,000? Do I run to Alex Harrington, tell him my story, hope he believed me? Do I raise the stakes, pretend I know more than I do, demand half a share? Or do I select one of the other courses of action? I've told you everything, baby. You know me better than anybody in the world. You are my best friend. And you have to decide. Choose. Come along, old buddy. I'm not usually this slow at 3 in the morning. I mean, I know it's difficult, high stakes and all that. Well, now, that has always been your problem, baby. I can teach you everything except morality. Hey-ho.
More than you deserve.
Oh, thank you.
Deep in thought.
Very.
Beautiful thoughts.
Criminal.
You owe me 20 pence.
No problem. I came into money.
Oh, back to winner.
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. May I have a peep at the log, see who's doing what and when?
Yes, Mr. Webb.
Holloway. Yes, I recognise the voice.
Holloway, we're in trouble. I've got to see you and damn fast.
Well, there's no one here. Everyone else has gone home.
It's got to be off the premises. That's how serious it is. You know Tyler's place? I'll wait for you there in my car. It's a blue Porsche. 15 minutes, right?
What do you want?
Peace and quiet for an hour?
Come in.
I hope this won't become a habit.
Promise. It's just something that happened.
Tell me.
I almost killed a man in my car.
How do you mean? Almost.
Well, I was in my car, and there was this man.
A pedestrian?
Yes, that's right, a pedestrian. And almost caught him.
But you didn't.
No, I said almost. He sort of ducked away, and I saw him in my mirror as I drove on. He was okay. I saw him, he was okay. But it shakes you, anything like that, so close. I just needed to come somewhere to talk.
Sure.
I'll finish this, then I won't darken your living room any longer.
I'm not giving you any more.
No, I don't want any more. Enough for one night.
And nothing more to tell?
I could give you my 2-hour lecture on the utter bloody pointlessness of life.
I think I've heard it.
Keeps changing.
I dare say it does, but...
Thanks, Susan. I needed that. I'll, see myself out. I know the way. What was the verdict?
Death by misadventure.
The coroner said the scaffolding was in a shocking state.
Some talk of high winds.
I always said the damn thing would fall down. You only had to look at it.
Crazy thing to happen.
He was a genius, Mr. Alloway.
A genius, we know.
Sorry.
Get some coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, on me.
He's right. He was a genius.
You reckon?
Yes. Will he get his job?
I hadn't begun to think about that.
Liar.
Probably. What's this?
Favourite nephew's got a birthday. In the midst of death, we are in birthdays.
That's not funny.
So the guy was a genius. I don't have to pretend I liked him. And nor do you. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Here. This place is a shambles.
Tidiness is bourgeois.
So are you. You just like to pretend that you're not. There's a funny look in your eyes.
I haven't touched a drop all day.
No. Resembles happiness.
Could be.
Isn't that rather worrying?
Her name's Ellie, and she's a designer.
You mean it's love? Christ. Well, never mind. There's a present to celebrate.
Oh, what's this?
It's a surprise. Open it.
Computer output, straight from somebody's dump.
Just what you wanted.
No, it isn't. I'd rather have had the building bricks.
Hey, I went to a lot of trouble to get that here for you.
It's Waterman's, isn't it?
That is an up-to-the-minute record. What is happening in a major bank at this very moment.
This page is full of numbers.
And they tell a story. I want you to find out what the story is. There's something hiding here. I want it tracking down.
What is it?
No idea.
Oh, thanks.
I recognise it when I see it, though, and so will you.
A bug in the system.
No, not a bug. A weevil.
A weevil? You better define your terms.
A bug is an error in a computer program, right? A weevil is a correctly worked program within the system that shouldn't be there. It hides in here somewhere and it gobbles up money. All you have to do is to find whatever it is that shouldn't be there.
A fiddle. You discovered a fiddle.
I didn't say anything.
Somebody's got his hand in the till.
That is your theory entirely. I didn't say a word. And what's more, you don't say anything. Not to Newton, Harvey, Susan, or your new girlfriend. Understood?
Understood.
Good. So, are you on?
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
Sorry?
Just a figure of speech.
Good.
A fortnight long enough?
No.
I'll raise it to 2 weeks. He was a genius.
Martin?
Little Indian chap works at the data center. He used to say, Mr. Alloway is a genius.
You agree?
Amazing grasp of computer technology and its possibilities. And for me to praise a fellow professional is almost unique.
One has such a terrible sense of waste. Still, you said it was important.
I just want to clarify where we stand now. I was hired to do a job.
No, please, I've had all of Martin's people ask me the same thing about their work. Of course, everything must carry on.
Good.
I allowed myself a few days of misery, but I don't regard it as obligatory on everybody.
Of course.
But I think it's time we had a formal report of some kind from you. A concise statement on what you have or haven't discovered.
Haven't.
Well, in which case, just have a short report saying so, and we'll wind up the operation. Suddenly, I have a whole new set of problems. A backlog of work and no systems manager. So, a short statement for the file by, shall we say, a week tomorrow?
A week.
You're not going to find anything, are you?
Let's do it properly. Let's wind it down in an orderly fashion.
No, but you'll feel worried about we can easily arrange a generous termination agreement.
Stuff the fee. Just like to do a job properly. I like to finish what I start.
As you wish. A month, all right?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Oh, it's silly. I always knew there's nothing wrong with our system, and now you're on the brink of proving it. The whole exercise seems pointless. Exactly what I told the board at the outset. So, if you're happy with that arrangement...
One more request.
Yes?
I still need access to actual bank data, detail of customer accounts.
No.
Otherwise, I cannot do a thorough audit.
It's just not possible, as I told you before. Sorry.
Just a professional request.
No, I mean for blowing hot and cold. Fact is, I'm not very good at coping with death.
It's easier when it's somebody else.
Suddenly realize how little you know about people. I had to go to Martin's personal file to find out where he lived.
Where did he live?
I knew his salary, the quality of his work, that inevitable suit.
Did he have anybody?
He was immensely determined. Almost fanatical. No, he lived alone. Met his father once, by accident. They were in a restaurant one evening. Nice chap. We discovered a mutual interest in fishing.
That's never appealed to me.
No, I can understand that wrong temperament for an angler.
I always like to catch the big one in the first 5 minutes.
I got on very well with Alloway Senior. He lives in some of the best fishing country there is.
Where's that?
Oh, in Hampshire. Close to the River Itchen. Certainly makes more sense than all this.
Fishing?
Much more sense.
Are you chairman of Waterman's?
No, I failed to spoken English.
David Clement, we met at your presentation.
Chris Webb.
You have considerable accomplishments, Mr. Webb, from all accounts. But
I must remember my place.
the data center, to be precise. The terrible business about
Alloway. Did you know?
We are a very large organization, but outstanding talent is rare, so... Yes, Martin and I were on nodding terms.
Martin?
Everything in its place, Mr. Webb.
I'll remember every word you've said, Mr. Clement.
How's it going?
It's confidential.
Everything here's confidential. I signed the Official Secrets Act when I joined.
Chris Webb might not approve.
I know Chris Webb better than anybody here.
Really?
Unless he's bisexual.
I'm looking for a wee one.
Might have guessed.
On my left, the operating system at a certain well-known bank as it was 6 months ago.
Waterman's.
Very similar to Waterman's, yes. And on my right, the operating system as it was last week. I have to compare them, see where they're different, and if they are different, why?
Nothing to it.
Really?
Just compare the two, see where they're different.
Thanks, I was wondering how best to go about it.
Anytime I can help.
The difficult part is that I'm comparing 88,000 instructions. It's like a big photograph of the crowd at Wembley for the Cup final. And another one taken 5 minutes later. At which time 20 spectators have gone for a pee, 10 have been arrested, 6 have gone for a cup of coffee, and 3 have fainted. And I've got to spot those differences.
Except you're looking for the one who's stealing money from the gate.
I didn't say that.
I told you I know Chris Webb. He looks for the man that acts as he does. He assumes self-interest is normal.
May I be highly personal?
Try.
Do you like him?
Save the hard question till first. I see. No, I don't think I like him. But for a while I thought I loved him. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
The other part of it is, I don't trust him.
Sorry, I should mind my own business.
It's okay. I'm quite strong and sensible.
I met this terrific girl at a CND march. She's called Ellie. But I'm not sure. I think I only like her. You know what I mean?
Lots of people settle for that.
I suppose so.
I'll leave you to your Wembley Stadium.
Right. And of course, the other thing about this...
About what?
Wembley. Hywel might be at the Oval watching cricket.
Just like life, isn't it?
Hello, Ellie. It's Jake. Jake Kennedy. Now, I'd like to ask you an intimate question about your work as a designer.
Good man. No mention of Tyler's place on the night in question. Alton. Friday Alton. Alton. There's very little evidence to say you lived at all, Martin Alloway.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Come in. You look funny without your banner.
It's what everybody says.
Don't tell me you're fascinated by my equipment.
Very much so.
How long are you planning to stay?
Well, do you know Wembley Stadium?
I've seen it on the telly.
It's sort of similar to that.
You're a sweet fellow, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Does this thing light up?
Yes, you operate the switch, marked switch.
Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Yeah. Terrific. I thought you might have one of these things.
I work in much the same way.
Pardon?
Operate the switch, I light up.
Oh. This is marvellous. Look. I can see the discrepancies straight away.
Wonderful. I love helping people with their discrepancies. What's in this for me? The pleasure of your silent company. Shall I go round to your place? Paint a couple of murals?
It's wonderful to really enjoy your work, isn't it?
Yes, great. Any minute now, I'll give way and make some coffee.
Oh, please.
This is ridiculous. Twice in 3 weeks you come to see me.
This is the kindness of my heart.
I didn't see this much of you when you lived here. Kindness? What sort of talk's that?
How would you like to borrow my nice, shiny motor car for the weekend?
It can't possibly be as simple as that.
It's nearly as simple as that.
Let me guess. I borrow your nice, shiny motor car, and you borrow my grotty little beetle.
Correct.
Are you planning to have an accident?
Just for once, I'd like to be inconspicuous.
Is this the new Christopher Webb? Where are you going?
Fishing.
Fishing. For what?
Till you reel it in, you never know what you've caught.
Yes, I know all about that. Chris, the last time you came here, you nearly killed a pedestrian.
Oh, it's only one of my turns. Time of the month.
Wasn't it the same night the warehouse fell on your friend?
That's right. It was a bad night all round. But he wasn't my friend.
A weevil?
Looking for a weevil.
Any success?
A few small clues.
It's like the Olympics. The glory is in the taking part rather than the winning.
Oh, is that so?
You bet.
Oh. This is a funny way to look for a weevil.
You know a better way?
No, not really.
How are you doing?
Oh, I've found so far today. 4 men who have gone for a pee. 2 who have gone for a cup of coffee. 1 who didn't pay for his ticket. And another who's disappeared on a mysterious errand.
All these guys are at the cup final at Wembley.
As it were, yeah.
Can't be a very good game if they keep sliding off for coffee.
Oh, no, it's a very good game.
Yes, I agree. Isn't there something called action replay? Serious question, Jay.
Yeah?
Is it really important, this job?
It could be.
Who do all the big numbers belong to?
A bank.
Jesus. Somebody robbing a bank the smart way.
I didn't say that.
Come indeed.
We're just checking their system.
To find out who's robbing it.
No.
All right. Sorry I asked. Look, try this instead. You're checking the system to make sure it's proof against thieves and villains.
Yeah.
But if you're smart enough to work that out, you're also smart enough to do it yourself. Find out what the game is, deal yourself in, grab a few slices.
Except I'm honest and law-abiding and quite well paid.
Oh, but it's everybody. What about this guy you work for?
Chris Webb?
Do you trust him?
I respect him. He's a hell of a man with computers.
You answered the wrong question.
Well, he treats me all right.
What's his attitude to banks? A challenge?
You and I hate banks because they're big and rich. He respects them because they're big and rich. He likes to be big and rich himself.
Ambitious.
Yeah. But I wouldn't stand up in court and say he's a crook.
I'm not saying he's a crook. All I'm saying is, don't let anybody use your amazing talent. Rubs off, leaves a stain.
Any luck?
No.
Sorry.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Does it disturb the fish if I talk?
It doesn't matter.
Lovely and peaceful.
Yes.
I do this most weekends. Get in a car, drive away from London. Find a quiet spot, walk a little, sit and stare a little. Better than looking at the walls of my office. Don't even have any windows. I'm in computers.
Computers?
Yes.
My son was in computers.
Really? Which firm?
Oh, one of the big banks. He's one of their top men, analyst.
Was?
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry. May I ask your name?
Alloway.
Your son, Martin?
Oh, yes. Did you know him?
Oh, only at a distance, at IBM. He was a high flyer. I was just a minion. Still am.
What's your name?
Matthews, Peter Matthews.
No. I don't recall it.
Oh, no, as I say, it was only at a distance.
That's funny. You're saying he was a high flyer?
Is it?
Martin's first love was flying. He was going to be an aircraft designer. Oh, we used to go to Farnborough every year when he was a boy. But by the time he graduated, he decided it was too late for aircraft in this country. Just become a spare parts industry, you know. Wings, engines, not components.
And so he went into computers?
It's not what he really wanted. I think he resented it. I know he was planning to get out.
Really?
Yes. Next Christmas. He used to say, I'm going to pack it all in and go around the world.
On his own? Was he married?
He'd say, go round the world, me and Smith.
Smith? Somebody from the bank?
I don't know.
Or, just a pretty girl, eh?
I've really no idea. But one would very much like to believe that it was a girl.
Eureka!
You found a weevil?
You bloody Eureka!
Funny. You don't seem to hear so much of Farnborough these days.
I think we've got a bite, Mr. Alloway.
The final part of The Consultant can be seen next Saturday evening, beginning at the slightly earlier time of 9:50.
Right?